It seems the long arm of the law has finally caught up with the controversial figure Chrisean. And if whispers prove true, it was none other than her on-again, off-again partner Blueface who allegedly tipped off the authorities, leading to her arrest after months on the run. In a dramatic turn of events, Chrisean found herself in handcuffs just days ago, with her son Chrisean Jr. being taken from her custody. Just when you thought the tumultuous saga between this duo had reached its climax, a new chapter unfolds, promising to be even messier than the last. Chrisean is now dragging Blueface into a legal battle, reigniting a feud that seemed to have quieted in recent months, perhaps due to Blueface's own stint behind bars, which temporarily shielded him from creating or engaging in further drama. However, true to his reputation, Blueface has allegedly found a way to stir the pot from within the confines of his cell, unsurprising for a figure known for his ability to push Chrisean's buttons with seeming ease. Even as he claims to want nothing to do with her, his actions suggest otherwise, fueling speculation that he thrives on the chaos they cultivate together. The situation took an even more salacious turn when Chrisean alleged that their intimate encounters continued mere days after giving birth to their son, despite her still recovering from the ordeal. This bombshell revelation only adds to the intrigue surrounding this turbulent relationship, one that seems destined to captivate and mystify observers until the bitter end.
No, I know that.
And then I was scared of Blue because
I know, and why did you have six?
it wasn't that. It was just like,
You just
he was like,
can't
Chrisean,
stop.
I said, I'm still bleeding. I said, you want bloody Blue? He's like, on crib. I'm like,
Wait, can we stop there? A Crip, one, and bloody. That's too much. The Crip and blood.
Chrisean's confession about intimate encounters with Blueface shortly after giving birth was a misstep that left her embarrassed. Blueface had denied being the father and wasn't even present for the birth, yet she likely expected praise and validation instead of the brutal backlash that ensued. People mercilessly dragged her for her apparent desperation over a man who had repeatedly rejected her advances. The intense ridicule prompted Chrisean to attempt rebranding herself as a devoted mother, speaking of severing her soul tie with Blueface. "How do I let a man who doesn't want to be a father to my only son still get to me?" she lamented, acknowledging the unhealthy dynamic. However, her resolve crumbled when Blueface reached out, nearly luring her back into the toxic cycle. In a moment of clarity, she looked at her son and realized she needed to cut the immature, selfish BS. Chrisean unleashed a scathing rebuke towards Blueface, telling him to go fuck himself and find someone else to cream on, warning of the risks of his promiscuous lifestyle. Expressing deep remorse, she prayed for strength and discipline, lamenting the pain of having a child whose father wanted no part in their lives. "Instead of doing what's hard, I settle for the short end of the stick," she admitted, recognizing her pattern of self-sabotage. Fortunately for observers, the universe intervened when Blueface found himself incarcerated after violating his probation stemming from a violent incident in 2022. At a Las Vegas strip club, Blueface and his crew had brutally assaulted a man named Cavius Trailer after he made a joke about Blueface's cheap car. The beating was so severe that Cavius attempted to flee in his truck, prompting Blueface to open fire repeatedly. While Blueface claimed someone in his crew saw Cavius with a gun, eyewitnesses disputed this, as Cavius was running away and not facing them when the shots rang out. Though he survived with non-life-threatening injuries, his truck was riddled with bullets. Blueface's team claimed Cavius had brandished a gun, but skeptics found this hard to swallow. How could Cavius have opened fire when he was running away, his back turned to them? The more plausible scenario was that Cavius suffered mere graze wounds in his frantic bid to escape, while his truck bore the brunt of Blueface's barrage, riddled with bullet holes. Days after the November 2022 incident, TMZ broke the news. Blueface was hauled into court, slapped with a felony attempted murder charge for using a deadly firearm, plus an additional count of discharging a gun into a vehicle. But Chrisean, ever the devoted partner, swiftly posted his $50,000 bail, securing his release that very day. In a surprising turn at his second court appearance, Blueface entered a guilty plea. The attempted murder charge was dropped, but he admitted to battery and illegally discharging a firearm as part of a plea bargain. Court documents unveiled the strict terms: a firearms ban, no clubbing in downtown Vegas unless for legitimate work, no contact with the victim or their family, and sobriety from alcohol and drugs throughout probation. The writing was on the wall, yet Blueface defied the rules, leading to his January incarceration. Chrisean's lamentations of her daddy being snatched away rang hollow, given her real father's absence. While professing to be done with Blueface, she paradoxically clamored for his freedom, her "Free Blueface" chants echoing since his imprisonment. But in a jaw-dropping revelation, reports emerged that Blueface may have betrayed the woman championing his cause. Allegedly, he tipped off authorities about Chrisean's outstanding Oklahoma warrant, potentially angling for a lighter sentence. The warrant, a lingering shadow since 2022, stemmed from charges including marijuana distribution and possession of controlled substances. Offenses Chrisean had brushed off, vowing to evade arrest for her newborn's sake. Just when you thought their drama had peaked, new depths of duplicity emerge. In this saga of shifting loyalties, the only constant seems to be the unending turmoil swirling around this troubled pair. The judge laid down strict terms for Blueface's probation: no firearms, no associates with guns, and a ban on downtown Las Vegas clubs unless for legitimate work purposes. The rapper is playing with his liberty if he surrounds himself with the wrong crowd, warned the judge sternly. Blueface was also prohibited from any interaction with his victim or their family and ordered to steer clear of alcohol and drugs. Yet to nobody's surprise, Blueface thumbed his nose at the rules, leading to his incarceration this January. Chrisean melodramatically lamented how her daddy had been taken away, conveniently omitting that her real-life father was conspicuously absent. While swearing she was done with Blueface, her actions spoke louder. She launched a vocal "Free Blueface" campaign since his imprisonment. However, Blueface certainly didn't share her devotion. According to reports, he allegedly snitched on Chrisean to authorities, potentially trading her freedom for a lighter sentence. The object of his betrayal? An outstanding warrant against Chrisean in Oklahoma for charges including marijuana distribution and possession of controlled substances dating back to 2022. It wasn't as though Chrisean was oblivious. She had openly discussed evading arrest due to her newborn baby back in January. But Blueface's seeming duplicity adds another sordid chapter to their caustic entanglement. Just when you thought their toxic saga couldn't plumb new depths, fresh layers of treachery emerge. While Chrisean loudly pledged her allegiance, Blueface may have covertly undermined her, illuminating the shifting sands of loyalty in their turbulent bond. The only certainty is that the drama surrounding this troubled pair shows no signs of abating.
Oh, all my warrants. My warrants are getting cleaned up. I've been paying off fees and getting rid of talking to certain people to help my situation out. Cause I have my son, so the old me would have just turned myself in, and that would have threw from inside to the outside of the jail. So whatever. So I don't be like, But right now I gotta play cautious because I don't plan on being in jail while my son is growing. I just don't plan on that at all. So I'm doing every way possible to get that figured out without even trying to serve time, and it's working out for me. So I'm gonna work on my little situations and stuff. That's all about it. But
Just when you thought their saga couldn't get more convoluted, a new bombshell exploded. Chrisean found herself in handcuffs just days ago at Blueface's court hearing, with whispers that it was Blueface himself who had insistently summoned her there, only to allegedly tip off authorities about her pending arrival. As Chrisean walked into the courthouse, the cops pounced, arresting her on the spot. In a heart-wrenching twist, her son Chrisean Jr. was torn from her arms, left in limbo as Blueface's own parents refused to take the infant, despite witnessing the chaotic scene unfold before their eyes. With Chrisean behind bars and no family willing to step up, the authorities had no choice but to take temporary custody of the baby, sparking fears that social services may eventually assume responsibility for the innocent child caught in the crossfire of his parents' toxic entanglement. The internet was set ablaze with scathing commentary, some expressing sympathy for the baby, who doesn't deserve this, while others showed no mercy for Chrisean's perceived misdeeds. Chrisean thought it'd be a good idea to show up to Blueface's court appearance and ended up locked up herself for a warrant she knew about, one critic remarked, adding, Chrisean deserved everything happening to her. Allegations flew thick and fast, from lying to her own sister to destroying property, drinking and smoking during pregnancy, even abandoning her dog. She's vile, raged one commenter, their heart breaking for little Chrisean Jr. caught in the crossfire. As the world awaits the next seismic plot twist in this ever-unfolding drama, one thing is clear. the collateral damage extends far beyond Chrisean and Blueface's toxic bond, with an innocent child bearing the brunt of two adults' seemingly insatiable appetite for chaos and controversy.